So hello, welcome my friends. Today is early morning for me because I have overnight duty and it's approximately 10 o'clock local time. We are on the Košice airport, Lima Zulu Kilo Zulu airport, and the day before we are trying to perform the flight to Dalaman, which is based in Turkish Republic. But we have engine failure in cruise, so we need to come back to Bratislava airport. And overnight there was a technical flight to Košice airport because Tatry airport is now closed, and we have another failure on board, which maintenance told us that it's one packing operative. So yeah, we have to check how to deal with this situation. But anyway, the airplane is fully serviceable. That means that all fluids are okay, and we have full potable water. We have a full we have disregard of the waste on the cabin, and currently right now we are performing the catering loading, and cabin crew members are performing the security checklist and prepare airplane for the boarding. um, I did the walk around, and we have some preliminary procedures done, so basically airplane is okay. What I will check right now is the status of the airplane, as we need to know about the malfunction. Okay, we have no malfunctions, so maybe that's bleed valve and 9 stage. This will be quite much for you, quite much information. Anyway, disregard the situation. So okay. So we have one plugin operative. We should accommodate into the situation. We will discuss it later on. So we'll basically prepare the airplane according to our operational flight plan to Dalaman. So we have to check the operational flight plan, and I will set a few words. As we have one plugin operative, we should have flight level 240 basically, and later on to 50, so that means okay. Cost index is fine. Registration number is correct, so it's our current flight plan, and call sign is SkyTravel 6 Golf Echo. That's fine, that's okay. And we have some problem, and the problem is that we cannot take much fuel as minimum block fuel, because our landing fuel, as I see here right now, is approximately, yeah, we can take maximum of 500 kilograms as extra. So that means that if we have much more headwind, we will have no time for holding. If we have less headwind and everything goes okay, we have holding approximately only for 15 minutes. So that's not good, but our takeoff destination alternate is quite far away. So that's it, and yeah, we can check. We have 161 passengers, 3.2 ton of checked baggage, and currently the med report overhead Dalaman is Skywalk Sky clear all the way down through the meter or TAF. That means that it's pretty okay. We have SIGMET of the Belgrade FIR, and there is a severe turbulence forecast as well in Budapest. Okay, so we will see. Regarding to NOTAMs, everything is okay. So that's one positive information. And from Košice we should have severe icing, and as well with the severe icing there is no depicted that we have severe turbulence, but anyway, on SIGMET on significant weather chart there is no depicted over there. It will be quite medium flight. It's approximately great circle distance is 800 nautical miles, so that's it. So we can take minimum block fuel is 10,800 kilograms plus 500, so we can take 11,200 kilograms. Okay, I will put that right over here, 11,000 and 1,200 kilograms. So this will be our block fuel. Okay, and we can ask for a fueling, so that's okay. So the captain will perform walk around. So that means he will check if the airplane is visually okay and so on, and we can go through the scan flow procedure. Right now that's okay. If pass, we can switch it on. Emergency exit light as well. This is fine. And yeah, we have I don't know what is the landing altitude. I put intentionally 200, and we have 250 flight level. Okay, so lights conditions are okay. That's fine. As we are flying on Vatsim and we are currently online, so that means that we can make it 1 to 2. It was the frequency, okay? I can't remember because I'm not using that in real life. 1 to 1.5 we can put there, and yeah, we will see how we can handle with the situation. Okay, so from this point of view it's okay, and what we can do, I just forget, I did it already, to put the flight plan into the FMC, company routing I mean, and we have Lima Zulu Kilo Zulu airport stand number 4, and coordinate match our last position, so that's perfect. Skytrail 6 Golf Echo, and we have proceeding to Keket Point. So we need to check the weather condition. What is currently in Košice. I'm quite tired because I perform emergency through all of the Europe. No, it was within one engine operative, so we have to land at the nearest suitable airport, and I will perform it to come back to Bratislava because a friend of mine was air traffic controller right over there, so that means that okay, it's variable to node, so we can pick up the runway 19er. So departure, and we have only KK to Yankee departure. Okay, so that's quite fine. Flight level 250, as we have transition altitude in here in Slovakia is 10,000 feet. It's unified since 1 year, because it was previous 5,000 as in Czech Republic. So cost index we have 76. Now we can see completely tired captain, but anyway, that's the life. You have to perform like this one. Okay, and what we have 290 knots, 290 knots, 50 knots. Deviation is plus 3 degrees, so that's minus 31, and we have I checked the takeoff alternate, but I need to check it once with the air, because I am not familiarized with this airport. So okay, so what we need next is the basically this is our problem. Takeoff alternate fuel. So FMC reserve is 3.8. That's why we don't we are not allowed to take as much possible fuel on board. So light test from captain view. It's performed. He will check the routing, coordinates, everything was fine. So we can put the right QNH 1016, and in Košice it's 1600 feet, and engine fail procedure means straight ahead within 25 nautical miles, and I will see on the chart, and it's a pity I don't have the engine operative SID, so I cannot show you how it looks like. And basically the engine in operative SID you put into your fixed page. Okay, so that's it. We have KCAT, so Lima Zulu Kilo Zulu. Okay, KCAT, sorry, departures. We have airnav departure to Sufax and Latov. It's no longer going to KCAT, so that means that we have to pick up this one, and this one is worthy for us. And as you can see, if there is engine fail problems, we will stay within 25 nautical miles, or let's say this is the NDB, and holding over there with 4000 feet, so basically no problem for us. But anyway, as we are departing, climb straight ahead. I don't like when somebody is lazy to put there the initial heading. Okay, anyway, flight level 250 we put here. Okay, so to jump to the airport. Okay. okay, 187. And 187 as well. So we have, and for approach ILS runway 01, that's for sure, and it's 007. Pre-selected, so that's okay. Oxygen tested 100%. Switches are all okay, that's fine. Speed brake stowed, flaps up, start levers cut off, parking brake set. Engine start levers is quite fine, and what we need to know, Košice VOR 108.2. And for arrival, ILS 109.5. So that's 10.5, 190.5. We put it right over there, and Košice 108.2 on backup as well, and we can pre-select it via SID because it was the first radial, and then we can press the heading and we are going directly to Košice NDB, so 4 to 5. So 4 to 5 we have, like here we can put VOR, because VOR we have on now side number 1, and here just the NDB, and that's it. We can perform the checklist. I don't know why this is open. I forget to put the alternate nose wheel steering into normal position. So we are basically okay. I can perform the checklist, and yeah, it's my fault. You have to wait for a few seconds because I'm still sleeping and we have to start the refueling. But anyway, we can prepare the passengers. So according to flight plan, in terminal on the gate right now is waiting 161 packs. So 161, and we put them on bus as soon as the loading is completed, and we can prepare the baggage loading, and the baggage we have 3.2 tons, so 3.2, so 1200 right over here, and sorry, 2000 going to the back. Okay, so now we are prepared, and only what we can do in real ops, we have to wait for the refueling completed, and then we may start with the boarding, but we can get rid of the catering. It's okay, variable, we don't need this one, that's basically okay. So this is the Košice airport. I will present it into you. Very nice scenery, and but The designer of the Košice airport was not smart enough, because otherwise he will put two, or let's say one, two, three, four big lamps, like on football stadium, but instead he would like these smaller lights, and the airplane is always trying to perform somehow to fit with it, and that's quite big limitations for bigger airplane. That's our category. So that means that it is completely useful, these light systems, which is on the apron basically. So the runway is damp, as I can see, so we can use the dry runway conditions. So now we can go through the minimum DDPG. What does it says to us? For 800 is valid, flight level 250, extended range are not allowed. What is the next? We can make an APU while during takeoff, so we can use the supplementary procedure in order to reduce the one pack on high flow and to have the symmetric thrust into the operation. And we can do it like this way, that engine number 1 switch off, right pack switch to auto, isolation valve switch to open, engine number 2 bleed switch to off, and APU bleed switch R to on. So that's okay, that's pretty fine. And after departure, so that means that we have a non-standard departure, MCP coupled the autopilot as soon as possible to reduce the workload, as I'm alone. After takeoff or landing, position the APU bleed switch to off, engine number 2 bleed air switch to on, isolation valve closed, and engine number 1 bleed air switch to on position. Because we have to have closed the pack. Okay, we have left pack inoperative, just for information. Okay, so we can jump into the cockpit and look how we are performing with the fuel, and basically we are okay. We can broke the rules and procedures and make the briefing right now, so, and checklist right now. That should be pretty fine. But basically initial radial we have on MCP, VOR. With this radial it's okay, so it's this one, and this is the NDB, and NDB should be depicted with the Yeah, okay. I made a mistake. Because we have only no NDB one now setting. That means that we can use only Košice VOR in this case. So for NDB we can use the fixed page, go through it, and is kilo echo. Kilo echo, and kilo echo is 4 to 5 NDB. So it's right over here, okay. And then we are going on to 109 heading. 109 heading, like this one. It's approximately this heading, okay. And then we join the radial 164. So remember 164 after departure. But anyway, I forget to put the flight director switches on. Okay, so sorry for that, but I'm currently waking up, so please don't punish me for this situation. But it's real life, where the crew has the overnight flight with emergency with one engine inoperative, and then you need to wake up so soon. It's not good idea. So we have only few kilograms to go. As you can see, there are some thunderstorm clouds, or let's say cumulus congestus, so the thunderstorm is developing. I hope we have APU operative. I hear the sound that somebody is here in Košice Airport. No? I hear the airplane, so I can check it on WhatsApp because this is quite noisy. No, I should be alone in Košice. So we have 11,200 kilograms, so we can release and put the passenger signs on, and disembarkation completed. Put it like this one, make flight intercom on captain side, and we may start. We may put the passengers on bus and from the gate and start the boarding, and while we will start boarding we will start the APU as well, in order to have the fresh air into the cabin. And we have the center tanks fuel 3 tons, so that means that we use the center tank fuel pump on, and that's fine. And we can make, for example, Košice radial, the first radial, because sometimes happens, as I told you in my previous videos, that it may happen that your L now suddenly disappeared. So if you have pre-selected in fixed page the proper way, when it is conventional navigation like this one, so you have to do it so, and basically you can easily resolve the situation. Okay, so PEX bus is here, so we can make start the boarding, and fuel truck, it's okay basically, and we may start the loading of the baggage, so we'll wait for it. I hope I don't forget about something. What I need to buy is a GSX, I forget about it, to have the proper ground services on board, or near the airplane, to see the baggage is loading and passengers are coming into the airplane. So if you look at the chart, if we have engine failure, the best solution will be to stay with this sector, okay? And what I will do, probably with the highest probability, I will a little bit deviate from Košice VOR and climb to 4000 feet and present holding, and then back to the ILS. It should be the best reasonable engine out SID for me, I guess so. But remember always, you have to have establish your engine out SID by the external companies for you. So because you should be out of the obstacles and have the minimum climb gradient of 2.1%. That's certification limitation. So right now we are loading, and the baggage loaders are really quick. Passengers as well, because we have two doors open, and as soon as we have the door open, we can start the engine and get out of here. During the flight we checked the Dalman airport, which we are currently flying, and check the destination alternate. Fuel strategy I will not explain because or I will explain, okay, as well. What our and route alternates in case of some problems, but I have basically no idea which airports are closed and which airports are open right now, so yeah, we will see. Okay, so all passengers are on board. That's quite good news, and we can release these loaders forward. Yes, forward, and aft cargo compartment will be loaded as well. Quite a short time. So it's okay, and we may perform the load sheet. I'm not using the plan mode right now because I'm loading like this way, so that's basically okay. And we put 24 kd rate. As you can see, I'm not using assume temperature method because it makes no sense, and we are still waiting for PMDG EFB to be prepared for the situation. But I have one external calculator. I can check it right now, and maybe we can do it via this way. Yeah, we can check it. Why is he not opening? Why is he not opening? Okay, it's not working, so and anyway, we have API available. I forget completely about the situation. 1 minute to put it on bleed, and we can release the ground. So what we have, the chokes only, and we can release the forward stairs. Okay, we can perform the before takeoff procedure. Fuel pumps off. That's okay. We can perform the checklist to line, and after that we can put the transponder mode as we have the clearance. Put the anti-collision lights on, and yeah, we'll wait 1 minute for bleed, and 1 minute already passed, so we can put AP on bleed. But engine fail engine engine start procedure. That's okay. So master caution, that's okay, and now we can go. So now we are starting number 2. As you can see, this airplane it's not approved for ETOPS flight, so but anyway we don't have ETOPS procedure right now. And regarding to pack inoperative, that could be bench of the problems. For example, on 9th stage it's not working, 5th stage is not working, air cycle machine is not working, and so on and so on. And there are plenty of things that you have to check with your MEL or DDPG. Okay, I am waking up. I have to put it into hectopascals. Engine is quite okay. So we have starter cut out and supplementary procedure, and start the engine number 1. We can check it from outside. You can see how the bleed is rotating counterclockwise. That's why you have connected the ground personnel with external jack on this side, right in this panel, because if you have tailpipe fire, you have no indication for this situation in cockpit. So he or she will advise you that you have tailpipe fire, and then you can perform the QRH action. But anyway, I am talking and I forget to put the switch at 55%, 25% and 2. Again, it's my fault, but in real life you should really consider it to put it at 25 exactly, or with max motoring. Otherwise you have wet hot start, and it's not a good situation for you, because you need to perform the aborted start checklist and wait 20 seconds and then second attempt and so on. So it's not good for us. So flaps 1, I can put the like now, generators on, and remember from DDPG, if you watch properly, so you should have these conditions, okay, and then we can perform the flight controls. Checked, elevator checked, rudder is checked, that's okay, and now press recall and the blank the roll display unit, and then we can make a taxi, okay. So in real life it's quite simple, because you are two. So one is basically keeping the DDPG with you, and another one is keeping the another one, or let's say the pilot flying captain, it's focusing on on steering the airplane, and the pilot monitoring, which is first officer, is communicating and make the switching, and he has the DDPG open on the proper page, and as you can see, for example, we can make it like this one, like real operations. For example, let's say, guys, that we are clear to line up the runway, but the cabin crew is not ready. So if the cabin crew is not ready, we cannot enter the runway, so we need to stop. Okay, so we stop on the holding position, right over here. This is cut 2, 3, and the second one is get 1 position. So it's okay. Now cabin crew is ready, so before takeoff procedure, weather radar, terrain on pilot monitoring side, and I will stop the airplane for the time being, and prepare it via checklist. So prior to takeoff, engine bleed 1, air switch to off, right pack switch to auto, isolation valve switch to open, and so on. So off, isolation switch to open, auto, off, on. Now we are fully configured, so we can make enter the runway in this case. Okay, that's why I leave the APU switch on. It's quite a better situation for us because because we avoid asymmetric thrust during takeoff using unpressurized takeoff. Otherwise, because we have 1 pack in operative, so that's basically okay. We are lucky to have the APU. Okay, sorry, my mistake. I need to release the parking brakes. Left side is clear, right side is clear. Skytrails is Golf Echo entering runway 19 and backtrack. I don't know what's the communication on WhatsApp because it's completely different from real life, but oh, well, maybe it's okay. So before takeoff checklist, we have flaps 1 as it's depicted over here, and trim setting is set. So before takeoff checklist is completed. Okay, so this is the one-way turn right over the runway in the threshold, and I am not fully aware. Still, I am learning to steering the airplane on the PMDG, but it's pretty hard for me for my hardware configuration. Okay, so we are good to go. Ready. Runway heading approximately east. We put the block time. We put the engines to stable conditions. So takeoff. If you have one pack inoperative, that means that you have asymmetric thrust. That means that it's better to use the APU and put the bleeder switch to off position. You are saving much more fuel. So you are losing much more fuel, but it's pretty okay. But anyway, we are waiting for 400 in order to put into the LNAV mode. So LNAV is here and autopilot is engaged, and it's quite okay. We can just put level change mode, and now we can perform the DDPG after departure. That means the APU bleed off, engine bleed on. So APU bleed off, engine bleed on, and isolation valve closed and engine number 1 bleed switch to on. So isolation valve to close position and engine number 1 bleed switch into on position. That's okay. We are exactly on the acceleration altitude. That means that we are accelerating. I forget to check if there is speed restrictions. Yes, 205 to Yankee until established on this heading. Okay, so flaps up and keeping the speed 205, so 204, 205 until established on the heading. Okay, that's basically that's it. So we have flaps up, no light. That means the after takeoff procedure. Maybe you ask yourself why I put the right courses and everything and LNAV is not depicted over these points. It's because you have higher speeds. That's why the LNAV is depicted right, like this one. Okay, so after and now we can join the radial 164. Okay, 164. 164, we can put it into the VOR mode. Radial 164, and we can put VOR, for example. Okay, I don't know if assembling is working, but we are far away from the KCAT, so that means that it's no longer valid for us. We can put it into the L now, because otherwise we are turning into the wrong direction, what we would like not to do. Okay, so that's fine. So we can put it into the VNAV now, right now, and accelerate the airplane into 240 below flight level 100. And with VF flight level 100, reset the acceleration altitude, put the lights off, logo light is as well off, cabin temperature a little bit adjust, and with transition altitudes standard, and reading flight level 130 now, so it's okay. So after takeoff check, this below the line is completed, and now we can put the APU into off position, and basically that's it. And we are just waiting for the en route climb speed and cabin crew is briefed that it should be moderate turbulence right over here. We can release them, but if there is moderate turbulence, we can switch back off into off position. I put flight level 240 right now, and because we are going, or let's say performing, to fly over this point, which is in the other side of the flight levels, and then we put flight level 250 climbing right now. Okay, so that's okay. Yeah, that's it. And with the flights, we can make some strategy. What are we going to fly? So the first point, or let's say the first airport, will be Budapest, then Zadar, and here is Sarajevo or something like that. But anyway, I will divert to Thessaloniki. Okay. So Budapest. Belgrade. Okay, so we have Belgrade and the Thessaloniki, and from Thessaloniki, if there is serious problems, we can divert to Athens. Okay, so that's it basically. And now we can delete the data from let's say from over here. That's okay. And we can delete the data as well from the fixed page. Okay, so NDB VOR, put it back and put it Zadar, and then Sarajevo. The Zadar airport, we should have it. You can check, for example, 200 of circle. Okay, we have. And Sarajevo airport was it was not this one, but it was this one, I guess so. No, this one. Okay. It's Belgrade airport. Okay. LIBT. And Thessaloniki. As well. And flight load. Sorry, distance 200, so that means that okay. So we have covered all of the airports, which should be serviceable for our purpose of the situation right now. So basically, that's it. And I'm still sleeping, so in real life I will transfer the controls to Copilot and radio as well. It looks like the communication, you have controls, you have radios, and I will make a sleep for 30 minutes at least. So, as we are approaching to our cruising level, I will just check, but it's not checked in real life, but only on simulator. If we have any failures, okay, we have active one, system quantity refill required here. Okay, so that was, I was checking on the ground and there was nothing depicted over there, and this is the bug of the PMDG, because system A hydraulic quantity we have 74, and if you have below 67, that means that you have to refill it, okay, and it should be illuminated on the ground, but for sure this is the bug of the PMDG, and I'm pretty sure that vertical speed. Why vertical speed? If you have vertical speed and you have 1000 to level off, you should put it into the 500 feet per minute or 1000 feet per minute. It's because there should be crossing traffic, and you have to avoid the resolution advisory. But come back to failure. It's not a failure. We have low quantity, but 74 is it's high above 67, so I don't really understand the situation. Okay, on the ground it should be yellow and RF and 67 or below. Okay, but I will clear it, and that should be okay right now. It's a bug, for sure, because it doesn't make sense for me from real life. Okay, engine instruments, okay, so in-flight scan, basically airplane is in good condition. We forget to release the cabin crew. This is fine, one pack is operating, duct pressure okay. Two four zero, that's quite fine. Okay, so oh, I forget about jump seat. Jump seat must be and what now? We can shoot the destination alternate airport, and in order to see what's going over there. Okay, so this is our report general part. So what does it mean? Mandatory implementation of AirNow GNS SIDs and starts. Okay, so GPS is working for us, so that's no problem. Preferential runway system in use. Preferential runway is runway 01. Okay. So they have preferential runway conditions within 10 knots of tailwind. I don't agree with this situation. I don't fully agree with this situation, because some engines or some Boeing 737s have exact limitations of 10 knots, and if you're flying in real life, the tail knots of tailwind, the airplane is pretty unstable and is floating too much. So I will disregard the situation. I will ask for another runway. Okay, what is the next? Nothing special. Communication failure. APU. Okay, so what we know, and so our runway it's 3000 meters long. Parking stands, it's like this one. So okay, basically we check it with the approach, and we can check the weather with the air cars, what is there and what is depicted over there. So let me go through it. Two to 09 knots. Okay, so we are basically landing with tailwind limitation. Some NGs or let's say some Boeing 737s next generation has 15 knots of tailwind limitations, and some of them has 10 knots of limitations. So imagine we have 15 but okay, well, 1018, sky clear. So no matter how long runway is, auto brake 3 in these tailwind conditions and preferential runway systems. I will check on the flight radar 24 how are the airplanes flying right over there. But there is nobody flying to Dalaman. No, there is absolutely no traffic up to 140 Zulu. So that's okay. So basically it's up to us which one of the runway we are going to use. So we can check the approach. We have localizer, runway 19er, and with the wind condition which is right now uh, 209 knots. 209 knots. It's better solution to coming from this side. I will broke the rules, and preferential runway systems, no matter that they are depicted at 10 knots of tailwind, it's completely unreasonable. Okay, so we'll perform the localizer approach runway 19er anyway. So we have plenty of the time, so in this case I will stop flying and stop recording, and because you will be bored to do nothing basically on board, and I will be back soon as we are prepared to descent. Okay. Oh, okay guys, welcome again back. during the long flight, as I will skip all the flight because basically you see nothing special, but we are approaching 200 nautical miles, and as I said before, it's the VHF frequency in which you catch the 80s, and so we can check the 80s information and we'll prepare the airplane for the landing. So the meter conditions is right 240 knots, so that means that preferential runway system is no longer valid for me. Okay, QNH 1008, that's okay, and basically that's it. So 1008 we have pre-selected on descent page, forecast 1008 is pre-selected as well, so that's fine. And what we are going to do right now, we need to check what will be our arrival and our departure. So I'll put Navigraph charts right over here, and for example, let's say that we should perform the RMP 19er. Okay, so this way. LDAT is final approach fix, which is mandatory for us, 3,400 feet, and we have quite high RVR, so that's basically no problem. If I look at the chart very briefly, it's nothing depicted over there that the final approach course very deviate from the final approach, or let's say QDM of the runway. Okay, so then we can go to the star, and now we have to find what is our star. Okay, so it's a key point. It's not our case. Can check this one, and this one should valid for us. To point Avcon. But we need to go to Atmon point. So once again, okay, so this is valid for us. So it is Kikig 1 Zulu. We can put it into the departure arrival page, and we can put AirNav runway 19er, it's already depicted over there, and kick it 1 Zulu. So go back and go here and via Atmon point. So this is our arrival route, and as you can see from Kikit, we are directly go to Omun, that's publish holding, and all the way down like this procedure right now. And on Atmon we should have flight level, flight level and speed 220. So what we can check right now. mode 220 and flight level 90 at or above. So basically the star is completed, and we have to depict the transition level, and it's always given by the ATC within real life, but in this way we have to try let's say to compute it. So 1008 is lower than 1013. That means that it transition level should be higher, the transition altitude. So that means that we have 9000 feet, we have 110, so 100. Okay, so we can put in the forecast page flight level 100, and basically that's it. Request the wind conditions. So that's the basic procedure. Okay, and approach RMP19er, it's right here. So 2500 and 1700 is okay, and decision altitude is 1000 and 700. We have to decelerate. No, the descent is right over there. But anyway, we can go down. And now we can upload. And again, the missed approach was 1700. Okay, so put 1700. So 1700 we have set, and what the next? The final approach course is 205. Okay, so we need to put them 205, and 205 is as well the missed approach heading. Okay, it's very important to know what is missed approach heading and final approach course. 205. Okay, so we have 205, and here as well. Uh, 205, and we have the Dalman VOR, which is on frequency 114.7. So we have tuned the radio navigation page, and we have tuned the MCP. That's okay, that's quite fine. The airport elevation is only 20 feet, so I put 50, and recall airplane is fully serviceable, and the hold page, next hold, overhead, for example, let's see this point. It's not computing, I don't know why. So erase it and make it with the next hold, and override Atmon, for example. And we will see right now. So we have holding available for 30 minutes approximately, or 40 minutes, but roughly 30 minutes. Okay, that's what I expected as we have departure. Okay, so that's fine, that's pretty okay. And as we are descending, we have speed 235 325, sorry. So mean approach course we have set, descent altitude set, and landing elevation set as we said. So it's okay basically, and we have to account with the offset because 205 is our final approach heading. So that means that we can fly it with an approach because it's straight approach until the misapproach point. And what is depicted over the runway? It's a 1 and a 0, so it will be quite hard offset. Okay. And the next things which we would like to point out, this runway is long enough, so auto brake 2 is enough, and we are going to burn, for example, if I count it right now, 600 of kilograms. Okay, so it means that 52.5. And flap 30, wind correction. I'll check once again the meter conditions. For you, 40 knots. So that means that we have to adjust our wind with the +7. Okay, so that means that 140 exactly. Okay, and basically that's it. And we have MCP set, we have FMC set, and navigation aid as well, auto brake set. So we can perform the descent checklist, and we are still far away from this point, so it's basically okay. So we can put into this mode, and X1 Zulu. Okay, so this we have prepared. Okay, recall checked, everything is okay, so we are good to go. So again, I will stop it for the time being and resume the stream when we are closer to descent, approximately. So now we are performing the descent, so I'll put it like the navigation charts. That means that we can go to 11,000 feet, and 11,000 feet means that our flight level, transition flight level, should be quite higher. So okay, I will adjust myself. Okay, and we are going to 11,000 feet. Okay. Like this one, and we will see what happens. So we can put this off for you as well, the foils. I'm still sleeping. I don't know why. I was wake up last day until 4 o'clock and I'm still sleeping. Okay, anyway, we are on the indicator speed 3 to 5 is set. We have 11,000 feet, but it shouldn't be 11,000 feet because 11,000 feet means that we should go to QNH. Okay, but I cannot see some altitude right over here, so that means that we can go to 12,000 feet and should be quite enough, should be quite okay. And as we're approaching the point, we can make it like another way. Okay, parallel change, or let's say V now, doesn't matter. So now we can go to 11,000 feet, and I hope the QNH is right. We can put the Dalaman into the fixed page and for example 50 nautical miles, just to know where to decelerate the airplane, because this deceleration it's quite sooner, but it should be the deceleration within the flight level 100 or below, as you can depict it right over here. Okay, so oh, this flight is it's terrible for me. I'm so tired. So as you can see, the tired pilot, 9,000 feet and 220. Okay, so we can go to 9,000. Stop the speed brakes. As you can see, the obstacle clearance is right, not so much, as we're around 10,000 feet. We can press the brakes to decelerate, put the lights on. That's it. And prior to the double descent, we need to perform as well the DDPD actions. I hope I have this here. Okay, so we need to start the APU. So this is the first procedure. So let's jump into it right now. We have V speed, but anyway, start the APU. So as you can see, the multi-crew operations should work. Otherwise, one pilot is overloaded, and it's hard to make his job right now. Okay, so I will put the flaps 1 and ballast speed intervention, and put the flaps 200 in order to decelerate the airplane. And now we can go down via approach and approach RMP 19er. So that means that we can go to 6,500. So 6,500 is set, and we have still V speed. I don't know why. Okay, I will revert to level change mode because I don't like this situation anymore. We can put flaps 5, otherwise we are too high on profile. We can go to 5,000. We are still too high. We are still too high, and I am considering the flaps 10 non-standard. Okay, and the bar pull will be very close enough right here. But anyway, I'm looking for the procedure. Engine number 1, bleed switch off, right pack switch to auto, isolation valve open. So off, isolation valve open, and what is the next? Engine number 2 switch off and APU switch on. So on, off, and that's it. That's the final configuration, and we could focus on the landing. Okay, in this case we are still not decelerating, and we are quite really close to the airport. So we can go to 3400. It is right here. Always when you are high above the profile, use your gear down. Okay, so we are approaching to disregard 3400, okay, and then go to 2500. 2500 and put it into the V now, and now the airplane should decelerate with the proper way. And as we are below, we can go to 1000, or sorry, I will check the later position, 1700. So 1700 feet is set. It's okay, and we can put the flaps 15, and we can arm the speed brakes. Okay, and now look at the chart, and there is depicted that runway descent angle is 3.5, so it's quite high. Okay, and misapproach altitude is climbed to 9000 feet. Okay, so 9000 feet will be pre-selected right now. So now 9000 feet is pre-selected. We have misapproach heading and misapproach altitude as well, so that's fine for time being. And we can go what do we have? Flap 30. Okay, so we can go to flap 30, and VRF is 140. Okay, so we are approaching minimums, so disconnect the autopilot, recycle the flight director switches, deselect the speed. We should have 140, 140. Okay, we have minimums, and we have runway inside, so landing. Okay. It will be a little bit low on profile, but anyway, it's okay. Decelerate with the speed and make it with the left turn on the short final. Okay, I was so low on profile. It's no problem for us.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, we are on the ground. Speed brakes ups and reverse are normal. It was some kind of downdraft on the final, because I suddenly lose the speed and the apron start descending. Okay, auto brake disarm, deselect speed, and as we have APU available, so we can put the APU on bus. That's quite perfect. We can start the flight time, stop the flight time, sorry. And now we can perform the after landing procedure. Okay, terrain of position, flaps up, and transponder to standby, and we are turning back to stands. Just turn off the lights. So that's okay, that's pretty fine and well. We are happy with it. And stabilizer put back to 5 units. Okay, and now we can put the configuration back again. So this means that APU switch off, bleed air like this one, and close this one. So, and that's okay. Now we are perfect. So, first to the left. and we'll make a remote stand. So basically on the stands which are depicted on the right side of the airplane, so I can check with the chart. Taxi parking stands. Yeah, okay. Okay, so for example, we pick up the first stand, so lights coming off, and we can join the first stand like this one. Okay, it's the number 17. Now we can stop the airplane. We can put the parking brake. Just check the brakes if it is okay. And as we are on the APU, we can shut down the engines and shut down procedure. Stop the block time, release the passengers. Okay, I can see I forget to put them on position. Anti-collision lights off. One pump leave for APU. And we can make it like this way. So with APU bleed we can pressurize the right back in order to get a fresh air right over there, so that's okay. IRS is off, mobile phone, company mobile phone on, shut down transponder mode on 2000, and shut down procedure and shut down checklist, and we are good to go. So that means that we put the services, put aircraft on the chokes, release the parking brakes, and request the stairs, request bus, and request the loaders, and basically that's it. So welcome to Dalaman. I'm sorry for the approach. I was a little bit low and suddenly my apron drops down, so but we solved the situation without any problem, so it was okay. So that was the flight from Košice to Dalaman, and with the one Peking operative procedure. So I hope you like this video much, and sorry, but I'm tired from last night. So warm welcome, and see you on the next stream soon. Bye bye.